So the first fun thing I'm going to teach you about are HTTP status codes. And HTTP status codes, they are the response from the server when somebody makes a request. So one of the things that the server includes in the response is a status code. So here's kind of how the web works, and you know this intuitively from just having used the web, like going to Facebook or google.com. You're either on your phone or on a computer and you say, hey, google.com, show me the search results for this. Your request goes to the web server, and then the web server responds to your request and sends information back. And part of what the web server sends back is an HTTP status code. And HTTP 200 is like the status code, everything's okay. So the web server might say, here are the results, everything's okay, HTTP 200. It might also say HTTP 404, page not found. So just to illustrate that, if we go to google.com, and I'll launch a new tab, and then I'm going to go to google.com/something or another, and Google says 404, that's an error, that page does not exist, right? So that's the status code. We can look up all of the HTTP status codes by going and just searching for that and then looking at it on Wikipedia. And here's a list of all the different status codes, so servers could respond with any of these different status codes. The 100 group is informational. The 200 group represents success, like HTTP 200 success. The 300 group represents like something's been moved, redirection. So 301, that's my license plate. I said that by the end of this course, you'd understand what my license plate meant. You're going to understand it right now. HTTP 301 means moved permanently. And I chose that because when I met my wife, I was like, whoa, this gal, she's really cool. I really like her. She moved me. And so for me, it represents just like how cool it was when Jess came into my life. And then also, of course, it's the web, and it represents my passion and love for the web. So HTTP 301, moved permanently. And then the 400 group is client error. So if you ask for a page which didn't exist, the server's going to respond, hey, we didn't find that page at, google.com something or another. We couldn't find that page. So 404 is not found. There are some interesting ones down here like 451, unavailable for legal reasons. If the website got shut down for legal reasons when people made requests, the server might be programmed to respond HTTP 451, we've been shut down for legal reasons. I think this would be a cool license plate for a lawyer, HTTP 451, a lawyer who specializes in technology. That'd be sweet. But then there's also this one, HTTP 418, which is I'm a teapot. That was an April Fool's joke. It got left in the specification, so it's one of the HTTP status codes. But if you go to google.com, you can see an Easter egg, and just type in google.com/teapot, and it brings you to this page, which Google did program, and it gives you back the status code 418. That's an Easter egg. So an Easter egg is a little hidden piece of functionality which gets built into software, which they don't tell anybody about, but then people discover it over time and it kind of becomes known. It's like finding an Easter egg on Easter, right? Finding an egg on Easter, you find this little like, oh, cool, look what I found. It's an Easter egg. All right, you can see the status codes by going into developer tools. So in this course, we are going to use Google Chrome as the official browser of this course. So if you're in Internet Edge or, God forbid, Internet Explorer or Firefox or something else, it's best if you download Chrome and you just type in Google Chrome, and you'll be given an option to download it. You could find like Google Chrome, this web browser. It's best if you use Google Chrome in this course. That way what you do will be similar to what I do. And so we could come over here to this little options right there, and we could choose to go into more tools and then developer tools, and it brings up developer tools. The first time you come here, this might be docked over on the right. You could change where it's docked by clicking these little dots right there and then clicking right here. And so now that brought it down to the bottom. If I go to the network tab and I request this page again, you can see the status that it gave me was 418, right? Status 418. And if I went to a normal page for Google, it'd give me status 200. So you can see all the status 200s. And if I requested something that wasn't found, right, it's going to give me a 404 page not found. So that's a little bit about HTTP status codes, right? There's the I'm a teapot one, 418. But, that shows you how the web works. So you have clients making requests to web servers, and then the web server responds to that request. And as part of the response, they send an HTTP status code. And then, there's different status codes which are out there. You could Google them: 200, 404, 301, 418, I'm a teapot. Twitter even had a HTTP 420 for a while. Just chill out. That was the response to some stuff. So that's what HTTP status codes are. We've learned about Google Chrome and how that's the browser I'm going to be using in this course. We also saw where developer tools were, and how under the network tab inside developer tools, right? I'm here in the network tab. We can see the different status codes of a response. And then we also learned what Easter eggs are. So for me, that's one of the fun things about the web and software and programming, is just knowing the ins and outs and the intricacies of how everything works, and being able to find these little nuances and saying, oh, isn't that cool? And you learned some really great stuff in this video, along with an Easter egg. And Easter eggs are always fun. The one which is google.com/teapot. So in the next video, I'm going to show you another fun thing, which I really like.